Hi guys, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you everybody who's watching. Thank you everybody who's giving us a thumbs up, and all the comments are, as ever, are always very, very welcome.
Yes, they very are.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We have, we've said this quite often, don't we? We have an interesting video for you.
Yes.
So you saw at the end of the last video what was transpiring in the road outside the caves.
Yes.
And it continued and it got worse, and basically we've had a stressful week just sitting here munching away.
Yeah.
Is everything going to be okay?
Well, that's it. Hopefully they'll be finished very, very soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then our stress levels can return to
Normal levels of stress, not heightened stress. We don't like it. No likey.
No, we don't do stress. Life's too short to be stressed, but as you'll see in the video, there have been a couple of moments that have been incredibly stressful.
Exactly. So guys, enjoy the video.
Yeah.
If you do, give us a thumbs up, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tell us your thoughts on our situation.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
And they discover a secret.
Oh yeah, it's well worth watching. There is a very interesting secret.
Yes.
They were better archaeologists than we are.
Or at least one member was. And
You mean when he broke it?
yeah, you'll see. Also in the video, one of the guys that's doing the work also has a cave house, and as you'll see in the video, go us, toot toot
Toot.
yes.
Enjoy. Catch you on the next one.
Okie dokie.
Bye for now.
Toodly bye.
The big machine that they actually dig the holes in the road with has just come up the hill, and all I can do is sit here and watch this space. I'll show you what it does to the caves, how much it shakes, and please keep your fingers crossed for us that nothing dreadful happens. There's all sorts of stuff happening up over there. Big digging machines and vans and men and what have you. The dogs are all here just keeping an eye. There's people in their street as far as they're concerned. And yeah, let's hope it all goes well. I'm sure it will. But there's this little tiny bit of doubt at the back of my mind. And you can't make that go away, can you? So the guys have started the work and they are cutting the tarmac. I guess they cut 2 channels, I don't know. Quite loud. Quite a bit of dust. This isn't the bit that we're concerned about. It's when they start with the pick into the ground afterwards. I'm just going into the cave now to see what the sound is like in here. Not bad. Not bad. You can't sort of feel the vibrations. You can feel the vibrations outside in the air. In here's not bad. So obviously, because of all this work that is going on, we are having a no work day. We're not going in the caves. We are just monitoring them. We'll have to make it up tomorrow on a Saturday. We've just can't risk things. It's going to be fine, but you've just got that little tiny bit of doubt, and it takes over, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It's always fine until it isn't.
Exactly.
And we're not taking a risk on the isn't.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely. So I thought they'd stopped doing whatever they were doing, but they didn't. They took the machine up to the top of the hill and changed some piece on it or other. Another guy's gone to the bottom of the hill and has closed the road. So a little bit of an update. The guys just came over to me, watching me recording what I was doing, and he said, we had to use the pick a bit, but we know you're really concerned for your caves, so we'll only use the pick if we absolutely have to. What they're going to do is they're going to use that bucket instead, to where they've cut either side, and just basically rip it out rather than having the pick like they did before, which is brilliant. We're so happy. It's just like, thank goodness for that.
Yes.
And they're very concerned for the caves for us, and they're doing their absolute best. Obviously they have to still change their tubes, and also gave permission for you guys to see the footage, so that's brilliant.
Yes, we can breathe a little bit easier, but not until all the diggy stuff's done.
Yes, diggy man. Yes. Digging a diggy hole.
Yes, there's a song there. And it really irritates you, that sand does.
Yes, it does. I hate it. So the waterboard guys have gone on their lunch, and this is what they've dug up this morning. The last time they did it, they stopped at that square box in the middle of the road. Now they're having to continue this water pipe all the way down here. Obviously our concern was the vibrations in the caves, but they've very carefully done it with a digger instead. And our other concern is somewhere here we have a pipe that goes from that side of the road to that side of the road. So they were taking it very carefully here. There's nothing immediately visible. And we thought it was going to be where there's kind of a crack in the road. And so did the main waterboard man. He put a line there. But there's nothing immediately visible at the moment. But they're being really careful and we really appreciate it. And we'll see how it continues.
Well, it's morning, it's about 8:30, and we've just had some serious rain, and there's a silly Kai and a crazy Dover. Yes, and it's just starting to rain again. So original gutter working as it did. Come on guys, inside. Kai, come on, stop being a crazy dog. Go inside out the rain. Come, off you go. Come. Only I'm silly enough to be out in it still. Right, to see how our guttering's doing. It's up there. We still haven't managed to get another piece of guttering length for there because it's too big for the car at the moment, and so Lillian's going to try and get one in the next few days though. We're going to need it. Oh, that seems to be working. Now I've got crazy Dover following me again. As you can see, working a treat.
So, to explain the continuing saga of the water pipe in the road.
Yes, but it's Monday morning.
Yes.
Lillian's got her work from home for the normal people that she's working for, so that's okay, because if there's any issues then she'll be able to shout in Spanish at the people and say look.
Yeah, I have got to go into the workshop later but not right this second, so that's good. So the way the guys left it for us on Friday is they've dug their hole, they covered this bit so we had access across, which was terribly sweet because it doesn't really matter. Unfortunately, last thing on Friday, they actually found our soil pipe, and it's there, and they covered it with something because they punctured a hole in it.
Yes. Well, to be fair, it wasn't on the maps. It's not supposed to be there,
Exactly.
but it is. And they was very careful until they found it and then just broke some of the top of it.
Yeah, so they covered it with something and assured us it was good to use over the weekend, so no problem.
Yeah, well, we didn't care. Because they promised to repair it. So
if we're going to fix it, so be it.
Accidents happen and they didn't know where it was anyway. And neither did we.
Exactly. You can tell we've had rain over the weekend in this trench. The dogs are going mental in the background. Sorry, they want to come out too. You can see where water's come down over the weekend where we've had a bit of rain. The concerning thing for this morning is you can see the depth of this trench all the way up where they have to put the pipework in. The problem is, so that's the chimney to cave 1. This is our outside kitchen. That is solid rock, and they're going to have to use their big machine to dig that. They've already told us about that, and all we're going to be able to do is keep our fingers crossed and watch this space. So we'll let you know how it goes.
So we had a little bit of foliage over the weekend. That's nothing really, it's just little crumbs. Yeah, all still looking cool. We have had a lot of rain and none of it's filtered through, so we know that's a good thickness still. We knew it was anyway, but we definitely know it's a good thickness now. So nothing's going on in here, because especially if they're picking that rock out, we are not being in here. So if we just lose a few more days, what's a few more days in the grand scheme of things? They're here. They started digging more of the road down there, and that's the pick machine up there again. I'm just going to go and check, because they've just done it for a few punches. I'll shut the door behind me so the dogs don't follow me in. No, still the same as earlier. That's good. Right, we'll come back and have a look again in a little while. It'll seem to have discovered a problem, maybe. Everything's just gone to find out. So off she goes. Yes. And Dover's just going to make sure that Lillian's gone out the gate properly. There we go. Right. I'm sure she'll come back and report very soon. Right, I've just been told to bring the camera. Apparently, there's a bit of a panic on. Don't know. Something about a big hole and something else I don't know. So when they're ready, we'll go have a look. Right, let's go see. Whoa!
So they dug this with a torch, it goes down, you can't see the end, and you can't see the end that way, it goes down. And this is the rock the guys have got to remove.
Okay. And that's our old water pipe.
Yeah.
3,50 metros. ¿Podemos medir por dentro?
Sí, sí, claro. Well, so that you can measure inside.
Yeah.
¿Tienes
Okay.
luz para que mi marido pueda ver esto? Por favor.
Yeah, you take that then.
It just goes on for we don't know how far. Oh, sorry. It just goes on and on. And the same the other way. Por el otro lado. We don't know how far. Así que tenemos un problema. Chris.
Thank you.
So the decision has been made to break the rock just enough to get the tube in and hopefully not create problems in the cave. It's being so careful.
Todo está en que pase por debajo del...
Esto con el contenido pequeño, ahora es el SD y magnético más. Lo bajeo por aquí y fuera.
Now they're saying they're going to do it with a small hand one, just to keep it more controlled, because the big one's broken the big rock, which is what they wanted to do.
Hombre, tío, ahí lo dejo, a ver, porque...
Nada vacío.
They've got someone to get rid of all the rubbish down that hole. Jeez.
Y otra más piedra para esto.
No necesitan un contenedor para el escombro.
Vámonos, seguimos. Le voy a sacarla un poco de ahí.
So I'm just going into the cave to see what's transpired. Having seen what's in here and how loose ceiling is in here, they are really, really concerned. And they did say some bits will fall just from vibration. But because of that, not got too bad. They checked all the rooms to see if we had problems anywhere. Sorry about the light, guys. And they're really, really concerned. What's been determined is that this cave room is on our white Zora ceiling roof up there, so it's fine. They did lots of measurements to make sure that this cave room doesn't go under the road, because that was the big concern. And the really interesting thing is, one of the gents up there has a cave house of his own. And he asked how we were planning to fix the ceiling in cave 2. He said, because you won't be able to plaster that easily, you'll have to tap it again. He said, or are you going to project lime onto it? I said, yes, we're going to project lime onto it. He said, perfect. That's exactly what you need to do. That's what will stick. You get back to solid-ish. That's what will stick, and that will fix it for life. So you hear all sorts of conflicting things from different people, have different ideas. But he agrees with what we're doing through his own experience. So that's good.
As long as the ceiling stays up.
As long as the ceiling stays up. You look absolutely panic-stricken.
Yes, I am.
Okay. There's no point being panic-stricken.
It'll be what it'll be. But...
yeah. I know. So I'm down at a local shop down in our town to buy a pallet of... sorry, wasn't watching what I was doing. To buy a pallet of pellets for our neighbour who's currently not in the country and is coming soon, and prices are going to go ridiculous. So aware of that, they have been pre-ordered a pallet of them, and we're going to get those ordered and delivered on their behalf. Nice little shop this down in town. Well, the boys are finished for the day. Obviously they haven't come and said anything because they're not working for me or anything. They've managed to dig underneath that red pipe, which is where they want to put this new pipe. They've left this as open as it was before. I think it's a bit bigger actually. Yeah. Don't know what to say about that. Other than it exists and all that jazz. Looks like somebody's been faffing with it a bit more than I did. And we'll see what we transpires tomorrow. When they fixed the road further up, when they were doing the water further up that way, a concrete mixer with ready mixed concrete came and filled everything in to make it strong. But obviously that needs a bit more than that. Just have to see what tomorrow brings. It's very interesting, very interesting. Right, having just shown you the boys have left for the day outside. I'm trying to do this without our dogs following us in. Just checking to see what's happened.
I swept it up. There's just that gritty dust from earlier.
Okay, so nothing's happened, as it were.
No, but I've just been up the steps up here
Yeah.
and noticed up there.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that was from us doing up there, from us doing that,
Okay.
or if it's new because we didn't check. But I've had a reasonable amount of foliage. Hopefully the camera can pick that up. We haven't got a torch to hand, so...
You can get it if you want to.
No, you're alright. It's not that bad. It's just a bit.
Okay.
So, right. That's definitely unfinished digging now, up here.
Yes, the only thing that will happen now is they put... Do you remember what they did, the other bit of the road? They put the tube in, then they put some gravel in.
Oh yeah, whacked it
and
down.
then they used a whacker plate to whack it down.
Yeah. So that shouldn't cause too much vibration under here.
No.
Not compared to what we just put up with.
No, exactly. And seeing as we're in here, where they found the other cave, there's another cave room. They don't think it's at this point, although it might be at this point as well. It's where we've got this that was the annex. This was an outside room. The cave started here. It's at this room, that way, under the road.
So along there somewhere, along the road, this is, if you remember, this is one of the ceiling fell down. Lillian told me about the ceiling falling down, and what did they actually say?
He went, oh dear, let me take some measurements, let's see where this is. Let's double check this isn't under the road over there. I said, no, this one's the bit that's got the flat roof outside. You can see this. What you can't see, well, what we've got as Zaora up on the ceiling roof, sorry, up there, starts at this point. And he came in and took measurements, and he was convinced that this room went under the road because he knew he found a room under the road basically without telling me. And no, the room under the road is
from about midpoint
here.
Yeah, and it goes to the kitchen.
It goes beyond the kitchen, and it's here, and it's under the road.
Yeah. Awesome. So we've got another bit of cave.
But when
under the road, and it can stay under the road.
I was going to say, but the man who's local for the local water board, as opposed to these contractors, he said he'd found it before when he was doing stuff at about the point of this corner of this room on the road, which is about 2 foot down from the top of this ceiling. That's where the road is at that point. He said he'd found that room a couple of years ago.
But before we was here.
But before we were here.
Yes, so. Yeah.
And he says there's a room and they've just filled it with rubbish to sort of here, but not done the last bit because you can't actually chuck rubble into a room to fill it completely. He said there was a gap like that he saw. So they'd filled it with rubble, but there was still this much gap. He says that's what's fallen through at the top.
And as we was told by Pepe, the guy we bought from, or the family member that we bought from who was doing all the business, the main road, the original road, wasn't where it is now.
No, it went round the other side of the property. We've got a track.
Yes.
Our track round the back, lane, whatever you want to call it, was the main road in town. This was decided by the town hall. It was easier to tarmac this, and they could do this because it was slightly wider. Between our roof and next door's boundary, there wasn't enough space to have
a road.
So they chose this instead, straight over the top of half of our caves. Potentially.
Awesome.
They can stay there. I don't care.
Yes.
Well, Chris is currently smoking almonds. Can you see how much smoke there is? I hope it's worth it, because I think we'll have the fire brigade here in a few minutes. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Guy's not impressed. And the boys couldn't care less. How salubrious are we? Working around a blinking skip. That's it. All under control again.
Yes. I had the door open too long, so the almond shells sat on fire.
Huh. That's my...
The vent shut. You ready?
Yeah. Ooh, powwow time.
Yes. Rescue me.